Greetings, Hex, how are you? It's been a fucking while since we last met, but now I have something new to show you. Some new car, yeah. After I sold my e65 323i and I had X5, I didn't show it to you, sorry, I didn't have some time, free time, but now I have something different. You know what is this? This is the 7 Series, my first 7 Series. This is the e65, one of the most hated models because of its controversial look and because of its design, which actually was too early for its time. This one is from 2013 and it's a pre-facelift. Many people like after facelift, but for me and for other car guys, before facelift is much better. Look at it. It looks like a sad bulldog. That's exactly what I see when I look at her front. It's a big, very big car. It's very modern for its age. It has a lot of features, a lot of electronic inside, and they're all prone to fail. That's why this car is super lower price now compared to what it was like new. It's 17 years old car after all at the moment, but it is still a great big car. This is the flagman of the BMW, so it's the best of BMW at that year. Big wheels, 19-inch with the sport pack tires, 275 at the rears and 245 at the front. Some nice back shots here. I like very much the American style tail lights, which are really rare as a design, so it's a pretty designer car. It's really big, no exhaust scene. My brother says if you make the exhaust visible from the back, I'll fucking kill you. And maybe he's right, because this car looks great without exhaust. I can show you some underneath shots. Okay, the car, I found it in the internet and I bought it for maybe almost 5,000 euro. It's really a nice price for such heavy big two-tone car with a V8. This is 745i. This is a V8 car, 333 horsepower with N62 B44 engine. It's a great engine. After that 7050 has 4.8 liter and 62, but it is the facelift model. In this pre-facelift, only 745i as the biggest V8 that was put in that time. So what did it cost me to have this car? I bought it for almost 5,000 euro. They bring it to me, I saw it in the internet and I said that's the car. On the internet they say that this car was 180,000 kilometers on the clock and that they are real. I doubt it, but I saw the service history inside, so maybe really on that. But that's what we want to believe in. Actually, these cars are meant to be driven a lot and nobody buys them to drive them to the Kaufland only, yeah, you know. Okay, so what did it cost me until now? So I have less than a month and I have changed all the oils, transmission oil, differential oil, engine oil, of course, all the filters. I have put Cayenne Sport filter inside this panel, in the panel box. It's 50 euro, it's super cheap, and I actually didn't notice any difference because of Cayenne, but how can you difference 5 horsepower when you have 333 on 2 tons car? It's maybe impossible to notice 5 horsepower difference. But however, let's continue with the car. What do I have changed until now? Except the oils, I have changed the ignition, the spark ignitions. I have changed the sparks, of course, 8 sparks. They aren't expensive at all. They are 50 euro for the 8. I have some discounts, but that's nearly the price. And they are NJK model. except that, the other things I have to fix. I have still some things to fix, but for this service until now I have given maybe around 1,000 euro for this. So it's not too much, but we just started. Another thing I fixed is the oil leaks. This engine have a lot of problems which are very common in this engine. It has some oil leaks. It has some oil leaks. Oil leaks from the alternator brackets and oil leaks from the heads, from the top of the heads, you know, from the changings. Also some oil leaks. So this car has oil leaks and they are not so easy to fix, and that's the labor is more expensive than the parts itself. But that cost me around 400 euro to fix it with the parts inside. So now I still have some visual things to fix, like for example this thing is falling down, so I have to find a new, this complete cosmetic thing. And this one is moving freely up and down. I have to fix that too. But these parts can be found second hand, no problem. I have also problem with the fuel pump, not fuel pump, sorry, fuel level indicator in the reservoir, because it sometimes shows that I have fuel and sometimes I don't have fuel. So I have to fix that too. The rear, the trunk suspension is also broken. I'll show you. There is a key here, and look at it. It's falling down and it crushed me on the head sometime, and they should be fixed. I have found them second hand too. This is the trunk, really big trunk. This car has an enormous big trunk, so I'm super excited. I have this car. It's clean here. You can see here the battery, of course, of BMW, and the fuse boxes. Underneath there is a place for a spare tire, a full-size spare tire. Oh, be careful of this. I have some tools here left from the previous owner. It is Italian car, driven in Italy. I have this too. I have this too. Well, I have pretty much, oh stop please, I have pretty much many things in the car for a 17 years old car. Okay, I have here DVD, navigation system. Just again, this trunk wants to kill me, and that's it. Of course, because it's from sunny country, you can see here that all this rubber is going to shit, so I have to change it. Look at this, look at this. Just close it a little bit and it's so good. So when you see this, it's kind of amazing. 745i. What a nice number. Oh, here it says official human flight. I don't know what this means, but the previous owner has something to do with the flights. I don't know. Okay, so this is the car. It's a black, and this is the right color for a 7 series. Yeah, for the 7 series. Okay, so the other things I should change. I made 1,000 kilometers with this car, extra urban. I drove it hard, I drove it wide sometimes, but I have 2 new problems after driving it for 1,000 kilometers. I have dynamic drive broken. Dynamic drive says failure. It's an amazing feature in these cars. When you turn, the dynamic drive keeps the car calm, doesn't allow the car to lean left and right, and this reduces the body roll significantly. And the car is amazing to drive on a curvy road, even its size. It has a V8, it's a 2-tone car, but with the dynamic drive, it's very drivable, it's very nice, very comfortable inside, and still you can get big turns with very high speed. Now this system, it says failure. It worked very well, but on the highway it says failure and it doesn't work anymore. We have to check what's the problem there, and I'll inform you when I fix this. So that's one of the things. Electrical Pandora box, they call it Pandora box. Do you know they call it Pandora box? Because you never know what will happen. It can break anytime, of course. It has so many electrics, it's so old at the moment, and the electrics are the things that broke. When buying this car, you should check the engine. The engine, I was very afraid that the engine will burn out. That's one of the things that you should be sure of, and it's very hard to be sure that it doesn't burn any oil, because it's very hard to check without driving enough miles. Well, I don't know if it burns still oil. I saw some smoke when I bought it, white smoke on the exhaust. When it's on idle, you leave it for 1 or 2 minutes when it's hot, when the car is hot, and then push the pedal, push the gas, lift some RPMs, and if you see white smoke on clouds outside, so you have problems with the valve seals. I think this one too have such problems, but I will drive it more and tell you if this burns oil or not. For now, for 1000 kilometers, I can say that it doesn't burn too much oil, or I cannot notice it. So it's good, that's good. That's maybe a good sign. Also, you have to check antifreeze often, because if they burn antifreeze, this is less likely to this engine, but you have to be sure that there are no such problems, because this can cost a lot. You may need to change the block or other parts which are not cheaper, and the labor is super expensive for these things. So I also checked antifreeze is on the same level as I started, so we don't have these problems for now. And that's it. I have to check the dynamic drive, and I have some WAMDA sensor error inside check engine, but that's because this doesn't have these oil catalysts underneath on the exhaust. They are removed, and actually I had problem with this catalyst. I had to put some Chinese one to go to the to register it, because the government doesn't allow you to register all Euro 4 cars without petrol cars without catalysts. So I had to put some, because the previous owner has removed them, fucking bastard, because I had to buy one, and this cost me 500 euros just to register the car. That's fucking insane. And after that you can remove them, of course, because who need this? This is a V8 and it should be without catalyst, because it has so much nicer sound without them. I'll now show you something inside, and maybe in the other video, in my other videos you will see, soon you will see some driving. I'll drive you inside. It's a great car, it's a great for ride. I sometimes want to go inside and somebody else to drive me. That's the first time I want such a thing. I am a driver and I don't like being driven, but in this car it's kind of different. Everything is very solid. You have a lot of space for your head, for your legs. It's very solid here. You see, it's like a elephant skin here. It's really nice. This one very hard. Here you can see some nice things. It's not fully loaded, doesn't have some multimedia here, but it's pretty enough. I don't need it to be too heavy. It's already too heavy being a 7 Series. So sunroof, and you can see the interior. It's really nice. It's really nice interior. Where is the shifter? Yeah, that's the very interesting thing here. No shifter. I didn't think that I will buy ever a car without a shifter, even an automatic shifter, you know. But this car has a shifter here. It has. I sometimes use it when I want to push the, you know, the wipes on the screen and on the front windshield, and I start pushing this because I'm get used to using the wipe from there. But here the story is different. The car changed the gear from there. You have different modes. You have sport mode, direct mode, and you have manual mode. My Lieblings mode. That's a lovely mode because you can use these buttons to downshift, and on the back of the wheel here there are buttons to upshift. So it's a great on curvy road with the dynamic system working. With this one has an electronic damper control. That's a special suspension that allows you to choose from comfort, sport mode, and it's really great. Actually, it works great. The bumps doesn't feel. Oh, look at it. It's an old car. Sometimes it happens. Okay, you see, it's very comfortable here. Even it's not fully loaded in the back, it's still a nice comfortable car. very nice looking, and it's very preserved. You can see the leather is in brilliant condition. Okay, I'll show you in the front too. Interesting thing in these cars is that you can put a cutoff on the exhaust, and it's only one exhaust, and at the back there are two pipes, but at the back it's only one, so you can put one cutoff and you can make with remote control, so you can have this V8 sound when you want it, and when you want it to be quiet, because sometimes you want it when you travel with high speed and when you don't want to hear so much sound of the V8, you can just close the cutoff valve and continue using your muffler at the back. Okay, so let's start the car. Key on here, just a second, and the key start stop here, beautifully revved. You can see dynamic drive favor. Vehicle leans more steeply when cornering. Yeah, it really leans steeply if not dynamic drive, because big, very wide car, and it really leans when you not using this system. It's not working. You can see my consumption is 13 liters per 100 kilometers. That's for 1000 kilometer drive. Driving on the highway with 160-180 kilometers per hour. So it's a great car. The fuel economy is not so bad actually, because it's a 2-ton car with a V8, so you cannot expect it to be very economical. The iDrive is very different here. I had some hard times getting used to it. It's kind of different compared to that in E60s and X5s. You can see here all green, but this is just service checks. Here is the thing, dynamic drive favor I have. Now my gauge is working and it says I have 532 kilometers left. It's a very big tank. It's 80 liters tank, so it's pretty enough. And if you don't drive too aggressively, or the road is not in the mountain, you can really get a nice trip with 700 or 600 kilometers without refueling. You can do even better, I think. I drove it hard in the mountains too, so that's pretty nice consumption, as I said, because I drive maybe around 100 or 200 kilometers in the mountain road, driving with these buttons here and pushing it hard, really hard on the limit. Sometimes it revs up to 6,500 RPMs. Listen to it, beautiful. You can see this white smoke. I told you, valve seals. That's valve seals for sure. You can see that's the oil on the idle, which burns after you push the pedal. So if you're looking for such car, watch for this. This is an expensive things to fix, so but it's not something that you should fix immediately. It can be fixed after a while. So this car has this problem too. All the cars near 200,000 kilometers have this problem. But listen to this sound. Isn't it worth it? Here you have electric parking. They prone to break too, so check it too. If you're buying such car, it has some rain sensors here, a lot of stuff really. You know, the DSC, if you're wondering where is the button, where is the magic button when you start to drift, it's here in the menu, and you just turn it like this and it says nothing. Just a second, it doesn't want to deactivate it. That's strange, maybe because I am on stationary. And here I have different modes: sport, comfort. Okay, so this is how the navigation system looks. This is how the iDrive looks. It's controllable from here. These buttons are programmable. They can choose from many things. Oh, I have some books here. Let's see. The oil change book. This fucking Italians doesn't change the oil. That's the reason that these engines suffer. You can see here 103 kilometers, and they change it after 50,000 kilometers. That's just insane. More than 50,000 kilometers. You can see here again, I don't know, maybe this may be fake, but now you can see that it's at 180,000 kilometers, and I changed the oil before 1,000 kilometers. So that's the main problem. They don't change the oil, these fucking Italians. They just drive and that's it. And they broke the cars, they come broken here. Otherwise these engines are good, they're very reliable V8s, but you should maintain them good. You should change the fluids often and they will be very reliable. Not the electronics. The electronics itself, it's really a gambling there, but for the engine and for the transmission it's very important to change the oil. Okay, let's give you some final sound of this V8, and in the other videos you can see some more sound, some more driving. I'll ride you in this beautiful car and keep you updated with some interesting stuff. And of course, if you turn off the DST, this car can really drift. I was amazed that this car can slide so easily because of this nice V8. You turn manual mode, turn off the DST, and these two-tone things is doing it, and it's doing it proper, like a BMW with a rear-wheel drive, like every BMW which have rear-wheel drive. Okay, some smoke you will see, but as I said, the car has many things to fix. But overall, it's a nice car. It's without catalyst, so that's why the sound is a little bit louder than the stock one. And last, I'll show you the engine. It's a beautiful engine, beautifully designed. Plastic. It's from here, and here is the engine. Beautiful V8. It looks very muscular, this one here. You can see no any shakes, no any strange noises, just a calm V8 on idle. It's heavy thing, you know. Okay guys, thank you very much for your attention, for your subscribes, likes and everything else. Please stay tuned. I will post some more videos when I have with some information about the car, and you can write in the comments always, but don't hate please. Bye guys.